Each day of our life is an invitation to thank God for His countless gifts. Let gratitude fill our hearts today as we recall all He has given us. May we be ever thankful and generous in service to Him. Good morning, sisters and brothers. It's wonderful to be here again to see you. God has granted us more time. Following is from Saturday, April 8th, 2006 at 8:49 in the morning. Subject was Judas the vile merchant, which is from the Latin, I believe, Judas mercator pessimus. This is taken from a sermon preached during the Lenten season. A Spanish composer, Tomás Luis de Victoria, 1548 through 1611, wrote a piece which describes Judas as mercator pessimus, the vile merchant. He sold the Savior of the world. The four-voice Latin polyphony cries out, for 30 pieces of silver. It would have been better for him if he had never been born, for he sold the Savior of the world for 30 silver pieces. I'll put a link below in the description for a short version of the polyphony that they're referring to by Victoria. Judas is one of the key characters in the narration of the Gospels and of the Passions, a forewarning of all whom Jesus would call and then betray him. Let us study his life and learn the somber lessons, and thereby affirm to renounce a life of sin and truly follow Jesus Christ. He was named after Jude, one of the 12 sons of Israel, son of Jacob. Whenever Judas is listed among the 12 apostles, the list always adds, who betrayed him. And often when he is named, he is called Judas, one of the 12. The other apostles are not cited so, as if to underline the horror of his treason. Judas' decline started when he lost faith in Jesus. When Jesus told him, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, they will live forever. This bread is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Then Jesus prophesied the hatred of Judas, saying, Have I not chosen you the 12? Yet one of you is a devil. He meant Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, who, though one of the 12, was later to betray him. So when we find those who seem to be good Christians, yet claim that Jesus was only a prophet or anything other than the Son of God, know that they have begun to go down the lonely road of despair, trodden first by Judas Iscariot. His decline continued with him stealing from the common purse, for Judas was a thief. As John tells us, he was concerned with the expensive perfume wasted on Jesus, not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. St. John narrates these things, and one notices that John had only contempt for the backstabbing Judas inflicted upon our loving Savior. And if anyone uses any Christian church, no matter what their title, to fill their own coffers, to help themselves from the church's common purse, they commit a most despicable sin. Satan first tempted him, but then conquered him. Before the betrayal, the devil had already prompted Judas Iscariot, son of Simon, to betray Jesus. Then Satan entered Judas, called Iscariot, one of the 12. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So if anyone thinks Satan does not exist, or he's not really as bad as they say, or there is no such thing as demonic possession, Where Christian preachers overstate the malice and danger of sin, they fool themselves and all hell laughs at them. Jesus had forewarned of the betrayal of Judas, a fact he revealed at the Last Supper. He had indicated his treason to the apostles by giving him a piece of bread, reminiscent of Psalm 14 verse 4 and 53 verse 5. Will evildoers never learn, those who devour my people as men eat bread? And Psalm 41 verse 10. Even my friend whom I trusted, the one who dined at my table, has risen up against me. And St. Augustine writes, Judas received the morsel of bread at his own perdition, because he, being evil, received in an evil manner what is good. Judas went to the chief priests, made an agreement with them, and waited for the right moment to hand him over. He sold the Savior of the world for 30 silver pieces, the worst business transaction conceivable. 30 silver pieces was the price of a slave, according to Exodus chapter 21, verse 32. Accompanying Judas was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders. Yet Jesus is God, so he did not succumb tragically to the powers of the world. He gave his life freely, and it was in his power to stop them, even called 12 legions of angels to defend him. Such is the love of God for us. Jesus said in John chapter 10, verse 18, No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. Yet Judas had learned nothing from Jesus. Using the sign of friendship, a kiss, he betrayed him to those who sought to torture and kill him. But Jesus asked him, Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss? Judas was seized with remorse when he saw Jesus was condemned. For as evil as he was and possessed by Satan, as long as he was alive on earth, his conscience still lived. Judas attempted to fix the wrong he had done, pathetically attempting to shirk his responsibility for his actions. And then the high priest paid him no heed. They did not try to convince Judas that he had not betrayed innocent blood. They knew they were killing an innocent man, and so the wicked bickered with the wicked. Judas cast the money on the temple floor and hung himself, and his entrails spilled out, a sign of his sinfulness. So ends the life of the great traitor, and so too will end all those who perish in unrepentant mortal sin. How sad it must make our blessed Lord to see such unrepentant souls, after he shed his blood to save them. For God is merciful for those who love him. A somber sermon, to say the least, but one that should direct us to the loving arms of Jesus. And since we have a great priest over the household of God, let us approach with sincerity of heart and the full assurance of faith, with hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and bodies washed in pure water. We will not be counted among those who draw back and are lost like Judas. Rather, we are among those who have faith and trust in Jesus Christ and are saved. Let us remember, sisters and brothers, to pray each and every day for the conversion of sinners, especially those in danger of dying this day, and that may more souls be brought to heaven by the mercy of Jesus than are lost to perdition. May God bless you, sisters and brothers. Have a peaceful day. May God grant peace upon the face of the earth. and with God's help, may we meet again soon.